Hello everyone, and welcome to my Sister Wives For You channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Kody Brown of Sister Wives has a lot of work ahead of him in terms of mending his ties with his children. On the May 1st broadcast of the show, however, he took the first step with his daughter Aspen. The Sister Wives star genuinely believes his love will be multiplied now that Kody Brown has formally separated from 3 of his previous spouses. The Arizona resident feels strongly committed to maintaining a monogamous marriage with Robyn Brown, the only surviving spouse, but not in the legal sense. However, the 18-year-old father is keen to begin mending the strained bonds with some of his children. On the May 1st episode of the TLC series, he took the first step up that specific mountain by revealing that he had visited Utah to see some of the children he shares with his ex-partners, Christine Brown and Janelle Brown. In early 2024, he added, "I made arrangements to go see Christine's girls in Utah," in reference to the approximately 8-hour travel from his Flagstaff house. Turns out there's other kids there, like other of my kids, from other mothers. And although he described the trip to Robyn over dinner on Valentine's Day as a really good trip, his talk with his and Christine's 30-year-old daughter Aspen Thompson was a high point. He told Robyn, "Aspen and I had this long discussion, with Christine's oldest child asking him, 'What did I do? Why don't you like me?' She confronted me," he said, which for Aspen meant something's wrong. However, Kody believes that his problematic connections with the mothers of the most of his children are the main cause of the problem. "Aspen literally asked why I didn't like her," he clarified during the show. "And I'm like, sweetheart, I love you. And I have, and always will." They continued with a long discussion, according to him, about us having a relationship not filtered through my view of her mother or her mother's view of me. Aspen insisted that she never intentionally made him feel as though he couldn't reach her, but he emphasized, "What has happened in my life has made me feel unwelcome." He summarized the results for Robyn by saying that it just improved their bond so much. "What I explained to her was just there's this place of pain that I didn't feel welcome to reach out to everybody." Stated differently, he believes his ex-partners attempted to, X him out. Kody said of Christine's decision to dissolve their marriage in November 2021, "I got alienated from my children when the divorces happened." Janelle and his first wife, Meri Brown, mother of 29-year-old Leon, followed shortly after. "I have an assumption that the exes just weren't protecting the privacy of the breakup at all," Kody said, referring to his difficulties with Janelle's children, including Logan Brown, 30, Madison Brush, 29, Hunter Brown, 28, the late Garrison Brown, Gabriel Brown, 23, and Savannah Brown, 20, as well as Christine's children, which included Aspen and her younger siblings Michael T. Padron, 28, Paydon Brown, 26, Gwendolyn K. Ross, 23, Isabel Brown, 21, and Truly Brown, 15. "They're just like, your dad's like this, your dad's like this, your dad's like this. And so I had all this relationship struggle with all of my kids. We haven't had a lot of connection," he explained, because he wasn't at home with any of those kids. "So, I'm trying to establish this relationship where they're no longer having me represented to them by my ex-wives." As Christine emphasized in the episode, "I wish Kody would reach out to them more, and I wish he had a better relationship with his kids. I've done everything that I can to facilitate that relationship. I don't talk trash on Kody to my kids, ever." Indeed, she informed in October of 2017, "I just tell them, you've got to accept him where he's at. And be open, just be open when he calls, answer the phone." She also hopes that Kody will be somewhat awakened by his tumultuous relationship with some of the children. Christine told "I think his kids are some of the best people that I've ever met in my life. They're incredible people, and he has a choice to be in their life. And I just don't think he's really taking it so he can fully be in their life, and it's his loss. 'Cause they're amazing people." Are you curious about Christine's other opinions? She hasn't been afraid to share with her former sister wives. Take a look at all they have revealed this season. Shortly after their 1990 vows, Kody Brown declared he was prepared to separate from his first wife, Meri Brown. However, Meri said in the September 15th premiere that He led me to believe that he would work on things by saying, "Oh, Meri, when we move to Flagstaff, this will be a good time to have a new beginning for us," alluding to their 2018 relocation. Like he led me to believe those things. This is what he's done for many, many years. Her primary complaint, she stated, is his lack of communication and how he really felt and what he really wanted or what he really didn't want, and the story that he's been telling for all these years. Also, Kody admitted that there might have been mixed messages, but only because, he added, "I'm like, why would I do this?" when he began to work on things. "I would not court and date her now." In any case, when Meri finally pulled the plug in early 2023, her pals were ecstatic. They're like, "Okay, we're here for you, we're supporting you. And it's about damn time," she admitted. "Because if he can push me out and I leave, he's not the bad guy because he didn't walk away," she says, implying that he had been trying to get her to leave him for years by claiming he didn't love her. In the season premiere, Kody said that he was prepared to let the idea die, years after the family had bought the 14-acre plot of land in Flagstaff, Arizona, on which they intended to build. Unable to construct without paying the entire $820,000 price tag, which the family allegedly did in 2023, he said to Robyn Brown, his surviving wife, "I'd almost rather scrap it or sell it, and then just start again somewhere else." "I can't talk about that," she said in reference to Robyn. "That is so not where I'm at." Janelle Brown, the second wife, had previously informed E! News, "We just kind of started to grow apart, but in the end, she left because of Kody's shortcomings as a parent to several of their children." The mom told Logan Brown, Madison Brown Brush, Hunter Brown, Garrison Brown, Gabriel Brown, and Savannah Brown, "The big spark for me was when his relationship broke down with my children, and he didn't seem like he would move heaven and earth to fix it. And I thought, okay, that was what was really holding me here." Janelle refused to entertain the possibility of reconciliation, even when Kody brought it up in the November 3rd episode. "I don't know how I would ever reconcile with him and have him not have a relationship with my kids," she stated. "No, I'm going to always choose my kids." That was Kody's justification for not trying harder to patch up the problems he was having with some of his grown children. "I don't fit in the family anymore," he complained in the episode that aired on September 15th. Dayton Brown, Aurora Brown, Brianna Brown, Solomon Brown, and Ariella Brown are the 5 children he and Robyn are raising together. He added, "And then I have some relationship with some of the other kids, and it's infrequent. And so I'm like, what do I do with all of this? It doesn't feel like a family. We're probably doing the worst we've ever done in our marriage," Robyn admitted in the season 19 premiere, even though they were being totally monogamous for the first time in their 14-year marriage. "It's been tough between us. He doesn't know who to blame, himself or one of the other wives. Kody's feeling a lot of rejection, and so I think he's kind of looking at me going, are you going to reject me too? The worst thing," she summarized, "was that there's no resource to help with the idea that I'm still married to a man who's going through divorces. As a result," she disclosed, "I'm on my toes. I'm having to consistently make sure that he is not sabotaging our relationship." As Kody shared, "I can't look myself in the mirror and say, hey dude, I love you." Kody was experiencing a crisis of confidence. Seeing her former sister wives enjoy their new era was difficult for Robyn. "They're all moving on," she said on the episode that aired on October 27th. "I feel like the idiot that got left behind." To the list of children Kody isn't currently seeing, add Madison, Janelle's oldest daughter. During the premiere, Janelle clarified, "I am aware that Maddie has not spoken to her father. He's not called, she's not called him, and she doesn't have any relationship with Robyn. She's pretty much written them both off." Kody's shaky relationship with Maddie's children, Axel, Evangeline, and Josephine, is the problem, according to Janelle. She doesn't really want him to have any contact unless he can commit to it. Because of this, Janelle revealed on the September 22nd episode that when the family started to really dissolve, Kody did sort of cut off communication with Maddie and her husband Caleb Brush, whose sister was married to Kody's brother. "Maddie has been mama bear to the extreme," Janelle continued, "since Kody has not been calling or coming to see. She has felt like until he can be consistent and show up and not be dramatic that she feels like it's probably better if they don't know about him." Robyn added that she has been pushing Kody to make amends, but she also stated, "I think the kids should be doing the same thing, too." Kody, however, seems unprepared to mend the split for the time being, complaining that each time he spoke to his daughter, it was a fish for gossip, and I got tired of it. He was alluding to the fact that he never loved me and he felt like he had to marry me. Meri revealed in a conversation with her friend Brandy during the September 15th premiere, while they were celebrating their 32nd anniversary. "Kody, I told him, I know you loved me." In a confessional, Leon Brown's mother asked why he ever proposed if he didn't. Why would a single young man choose to marry a single young woman and simply declare and compel love for her when he didn't feel any feelings for her? "How cruel is that?" she questioned. "I chose you to attempt to force myself to love for the next 32 years, he said, picking me out of a crowd. In his own confessional, Kody responded, "Oh, Meri has her little allegations now. Okay, anything she wants to say. I will refrain from commenting on it." He would, however, admit that they never relished their honeymoon. During the October 20th show, he argued, "This marriage was on the rocks the entire marriage. And how would I know that? Because my relationships with Robyn, Christine, and Janelle were so much better." Even though he acknowledged that he should have gotten out of the relationship 25 years ago, he remained because he was afraid, saying, "Leadership will never allow you to marry again if you're discarding wives." "I think I'm going to have to lawyer up," Janelle admitted to former sister wife Christine Brown in the September 22nd episode, "because I think that's the only way I'm ever going to get any kind of decision out of him." Janelle stated that step one was paying off the Arizona property, even though she wasn't sure if she wanted to build on Coyote Pass or just sell it off. "Without a valid marriage to Kody," Janelle admitted, "I really have no legal rights to make any kind of claim on Kody's property." In her own words, "It's not like I'm just calling a lawyer and saying I need to divorce this person." No, there isn't a legal marriage, which makes things quite difficult. Kody claims that he no longer trusted Janelle, which is why he didn't discuss their Arizona property with her. "We will pay off the property when the time comes," he maintained during a confessional in the September 22nd episode, adding, "And I'm not giving you any details about what I'm doing or whatever, because I'm tired of disclosing information that goes through the gossip mill of our broken family." In her own interview, Janelle described it as a bit of a pot calling the kettle black. "He leaks like a sieve," she said. "He told me stuff about his other relationships and his other wives that I was like, I don't think you're supposed to be telling me that." The family used to put all of their money into one pot back when their love was still growing rather than shrinking. On the September 22nd show, Janelle stated, "Up until the last 10 or so years, that's how it always worked. We would use all the resources to help one person, then we would all rally to support the other person. Suddenly, it's about my estate, even though everyone needs their own estate." They all helped to purchase Robyn's $1.65 million 5-bedroom house in Arizona when she needed a place to live. It was put up for sale this past August. According to Robyn, the idea was that it would be a benefit to the family. However, when Janelle proposed that they all put their names on the mortgage, she was rejected. Kody was like, No, we need to protect Robyn's estate," Janelle recalled. Therefore, now that she is leaving the family, she would like her share of the Coyote Pass proceeds, and I'd like to recoup some of the money I put into Robyn's house. However, it can be difficult to sell. "We were working together for so long," Robyn said, and Robyn continued, "It's like, how do you calculate?" After Janelle claimed she owed them money. "How do you calculate that? It's really perplexing. I see all the art on their walls," Janelle said of Robyn and Kody's house, "but I've seen him grab other assets like trailers and home decor." Janelle griped about the family's failure to pay for Coyote Pass, saying that Kody claimed to have all these other debts. "And that's okay. I have money, and I've spent it on things too." Kody claimed that a large portion of his money was used to purchase cars, basically had a fleet, and child insurance. "I used to always be surprised at how nice her backyard was," Janelle said, adding that she wasn't sure how Kody and Robyn managed their expenses. It was finished. Additionally, there was always stuff at her place. And I thought, wow. Huh. Finally, she wore herself down by saying, It doesn't prioritize what I need or what I want. I think after a while, I began to see it, and my kids were getting very angry about it, like my adult children. Like, Mom, what the hell? In Robyn's opinion, though, she was extremely frugal after her first marriage failed. During the September 22nd show, she revealed, "I used to be not so great with money. When I was young, I had hard knocks, and then I learned during my divorce really how to budget myself very, very well." When asked about her fellow sister wives, she replied, "You just must have had a different priority of where your money was going to go than I did. That's all." While she and Christine, the mother of Aspen Brown, Michael T. Brown Padron, Paydon Brown, Gwendolyn Brown, Isabel Brown, and Truly Brown, gather with their children, Janelle admitted in the September 22nd episode that there's no contact, really, with Meri or Robyn or Kody. "I don't really foresee that's going to change much. Everything was going along smoothly and Maddie and Caleb were around, and it was great having them around. And I loved Caleb. He was definitely like family," Kody added, referring to their arrangement of 4 houses on a cul-de-sac during their time in Las Vegas as the best time of my life. However, as they disagreed about procedures relating to the coronavirus, things started to fall apart in Arizona. He said that his ties with the children suffered as a result of his marriages failing, saying, "It just made all those relationships go sour." However, Christine maintained that there were problems long before she made her departure, known in late 2021. She stated, "All the kids that were frustrated way before I left," during the show that aired last September 22nd. "My leaving didn't change his kids' relationship with him. Kody can still fix his relationships with his children. However, it will undoubtedly require some effort. I'm so angry about how I've been treated that I haven't gotten past that," Kody said. "Here's the thing, is I'm not willing to take blame for things that my wife or ex-wife is sitting there telling them that I did. I hope the time comes when the contempt will subside. We'll be able to find forgiveness and love again." Kody disclosed that when he and Meri were officially married at the age of 19 and spiritually married at the age of 21, respectively, they didn't really know one another. In order for Kody to lawfully adopt Robyn's 3 oldest children from her first marriage, they ultimately filed for divorce in 2014. He said that everything was a conflict, saying, "I can't live in a world where she is constantly angry at me. When we got married, she was very different, and I think just there's some baggage that Meri had that I didn't know about," Kody explained. "At first, I felt like I could live with it. However, he was unable to leave." According to a man in a plural marriage, Kody stated, "He cannot ask for a divorce if he wishes to remain true and in his beliefs. It is not permitted. I therefore couldn't leave that relationship. I didn't necessarily want to end the connection, though. I wanted to know if it was something we could fix and save." Kody added, "She wasn't nice, she wasn't fun, she wasn't kind, and she wasn't interesting." This is why he stated to Meri that he thought they would work things out. "I'm bored and trying to be curious with her. But I didn't kick me out," he said, acknowledging that he could understand Meri's sense of abandonment. "Meri, Janelle, and Christine all decided to have me leave the house." On the May 1st episode of the TLC series, he took the first step up that specific mountain by revealing that he had visited Utah to see some of the children he shares with his ex-partners, Christine Brown and Janelle Brown. In early 2024, he added, "I made arrangements to go see Christine's girls in Utah," in reference to the approximately 8-hour travel from his Flagstaff house. "Turns out there's other kids there, like other of my kids, from other mothers." And although he described the trip to Robyn over dinner on Valentine's Day as a really good trip, his talk with his and Christine's 30-year-old daughter Aspen Thompson was a high point. He told Robyn, "Aspen and I had this long discussion, with Christine's oldest child asking him, 'What did I do? Why don't you like me?' She confronted me," he said, which for Aspen meant something's wrong. However, Kody believes that his problematic connections with the mothers of the most of his children are the main cause of the problem. "Aspen literally asked why I didn't like her," he clarified during the show. "And I'm like, sweetheart, I love you. And I have, and always will." They continued with a long discussion, according to him, about us having a relationship not filtered through my view of her mother or her mother's view of me. Aspen insisted that she never intentionally made him feel as though he couldn't reach her, but he emphasized, "What has happened in my life has made me feel unwelcome." He summarized the results for Robyn by saying that it just improved their bond so much. "What I explained to her was just there's this place of pain that I didn't feel welcome to reach out to everybody." Stated differently, he believes his ex-partners attempted to, well, X him out. Kody said of Christine's decision to dissolve their marriage in November 2021, "I got alienated from my children when the divorces happened." Janelle and his first wife, Meri Brown, mother of 29-year-old Leon, followed shortly after.